All right, Dr. Matt here. Let's talk about something called body dysmorphia disorder. Crazy, right? Crazy words. Have you heard of this? So you may have experienced this and not even known it. That's an intense 3 words put together. But this body dysmorphia disorder is basically a state where a person has upset or has gotten upset about the appearance of their body. So much so that it gets in the way of their ability to live. Like they're so disturbed about their body, how it responds to life, how it looks, its appearance, that they can't even live just a normal life and feel normal in general social situations or even by themselves. So the deal is, if you find yourself scrutinizing and criticizing your appearance, then it's likely you're on social media. So body dysmorphia disorder, this criticism, this undesirableness, personal undesirableness of our appearance is directly associated with social media, because this disorder is ever present and it's growing at an absurd rate. Kids, adults, males, females, you name it, the disorder is out of control. And this is not just studies, showing this is the issue. This is also my personal experience with thousands of patients who speak negatively about their appearance, about their body, about the structure of their God-given beast of a machine that shows up every single day for them. So if you find yourself in a state of criticism of your body, consider, am I on social media? And if you are, then maybe you want to listen to what we're about to chat about here. So when was the last time you looked at your phone? When was the last time you checked your email? When was the last time you felt that inner voice of kind of general anxiousness, wondering when you're going to get back to see, what is transpired on your phone, in your phone, while you were away at dinner, at lunch, at the meeting, hanging out, swimming in the pool, doing exercise? I've experienced this, and I still do. And, I battle my checking of my phone, checking of my emails, checking of social media messages, on and on and on and on. And this is epidemic. And I should probably say it's endemic because it's everywhere. And it continues on. And, there's this quote I heard a few years ago that says, the only difference, get this, the only difference between technology and slavery is that slaves are fully aware that they are not free. So the only difference between technology and slavery is that slaves are fully aware that they are not free. The deal is with social media, most of us have no idea that we might be in bondage to it, that we might be slaves to it, and that we actually have this almost need to survive that comes from social media. So the latest studies that I looked at showed that we as industrialized humans, this is going to sound crazy, check our phones upwards of about 150 times a day. Isn't that wild? And I'm just one of those people. I'm one of these industrialized people. And then that's basically like every 10 to 12 minutes, we're swiping, we're clicking, we're checking our phone, we're seeing what's going on. And 90% of the time, nothing's going on. In fact, nothing has changed. So does this seem excessive? It sounds excessive to me. Does it sound like potentially this is a addictive response of our body, of our being? Yes, it does to me. And check this out. Half of us check our phone within 5 minutes of waking up in the morning. So within that first 5 minutes of us getting out of bed, we might even be able to use the bathroom yet. We've already checked our phone, seen what's going on, seen what our latest DM is. So Dr. David Greenfield calls smartphones the world's smallest slot machine. If you've been to Vegas, Reno, your local casino, hopefully you know what a slot machine is. If not, fantastic, even better. But he calls it the world's smallest slot machine because Smartphones elevate our dopamine receptors. They increase their activity, they increase their numbers. And when you continue to do this behavior, going to the smartphone, pulling the slot machine over and over again, it offers this unpredictable reward for our being. Like the slot machine, we don't know when we're going to win the million, right? And when we open our phone, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to swipe, I'm going to open my phone, and did somebody send me something? Did they not? They like? Did they share? And this is the deal. Many of us, myself included, this is me talking to myself. This is why I'm looking at this stuff, actually. Thinking about myself, my kids, my patients, how can I help them get better? We often think that we can use our personal willpower to combat the technology that we are essentially addicted to. I think, I can get past this. This doesn't bother me. I can assure you, my willpower, your willpower, they are not powerful enough. They do not wield the capacity day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year to withstand the multi-billion-dollar behemoth juggernaut schemings of these entities. These entities are working ravenously to ensure that we come back, that we spend as much time as humanly possible, using our phone, using social media, using apps, these kind of things. So every single click, our mind is losing engagement. That's just more activity that is leading us down a road that, if we're not careful, will demonstrate massive addiction, can lead to depression, anxiety, body dysmorphic disorder. So I think it's time we say, hey, okay, pure willpower is probably not going to do it for me. It's probably not going to be enough to allow me to thrive amongst this technology. And the deal is, I'm using technology right now, right? I'm putting this out through a technology source, so through YouTube. So am I anti it? No, I use them all the time. There's amazing stuff. It can be a beautiful, beautiful thing. But if we don't put certain things in the way, certain guideposts, we could get crushed by it and find ourselves in a place we do not want to be in because of what they want us to do. So if you're under 18 and you have a smartphone, I can assure you that your life is far more complicated than it needs to be. That your life is probably far more unrealistic than it needs to be. That you're way more distracted than you need to be. And generally, your life is less desirable than it could be otherwise if you were not on social media. Consider that for a second. Your life could be more desirable. You could enjoy your life more, find more gratification in your personal life just by not having technology a part of your life. And not that you would have no technology, but that you would have it very, very, very tightly wrapped up and have extremely specific, bright guideposts for yourself. So how can we get out of this technology obsession, addiction? It's one thing to know that something is problematic, that it's a challenge for the human being. It's another thing to do, like what are we gonna do about it? Let's do something about this, because we're not gonna stop using technology. At least I know I'm not going to. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of some opportunities we have on a regular basis, on a daily basis, minute by minute basis, to help ourselves out. So the first thing is just simply turn off the notifications. You can just turn off all your notifications on all your emails, all your apps, everything. Just turn them all off, because this is going to make you less likely to use your phone, to need your phone, to look at your phone every few seconds. If those notifications aren't present, just turn them off. See what happens. I turn off all my notifications for literally everything. Probably 3 years ago or so. It is like life-changing, because then the only time I'm gonna go to my phone is I'm gonna go to my phone because I'm going to look for this specific thing, versus bing, 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 green dots, blue dots, yellow. Everything's popping up, and so I gotta check it. Which these people know. They know what they're doing. That's why they're multi-billion-dollar industry. All right, number 2, start turning your phone off during dinner. Doesn't that sound completely reasonable? Just dinner time, just click the phone off. Maybe it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Any little bit is giving us ground. Number 3, leave your phone in a very specific spot away from where you're lounging or you're sleeping. Just give it a very specific spot where it lands time after time after time. Number 4, set a 1 hour time slot during the day where there is 0 phone activity. Does that sound crazy? Just a 1 hour time slot, no phones, turn them off during that time frame. And then I would consider slowly increasing that time span, go from 1 hour to 2 hours, potentially 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe 3 different times during the day. And what you are doing is you're just demonstrating to your being and to that piece of technology that, you're the boss. You have places you want to go, people you want to see, a life you want to live. And you don't want to wake up 30 years from now thinking, man, I open up my phone 150 times a day, meaning that, I spent like 3/4 of my day staring at my phone and there was nothing happening there. All right. Make a list of things you could put your mind to when life is, say, kind of idle, or you're feeling depressed or anxious, or you're feeling like you just, I'd love to see my phone right now. So when that sensation sets in and the need to hop on your smartphone kind of takes over, that is a great time to go to these things that you've written down to help relieve yourself of that sensation and, accomplish something. So you want these things to be appealing, these things that you would go do or that you put your time to that you are not putting when you're not putting your time to your smartphone. We want them to be appealing. And so if they're not things you wouldn't care about doing, then that's not going to help you out very much, right? So what do you think? Is this something you can give yourself to? I'm going hardcore in 2022, giving myself even more so to get myself time away from my smartphone device, away from my laptop. Because, if we have specific times, we get work done, we answer emails, we answer messages, and we have specific times where we live life to the fullest with our wife, our husband, or our children. Man, what a blessing. All the pages we could read in a book instead of, those 150 clicks a day, and just the creativity that would be available to us. Every time I've created specific boundaries for my phone use, I have seen my life expand. I've seen my productivity go up. I've seen my just awareness of my children, my wife, and my creativity. I'm thinking of new ideas and ways of helping people and going about solving problems literally skyrocket. So I feel like, I did pretty good this last year compared to years past. I really crushed it. Not having my phone in my bed and like that. And I'm just going to go farther this year. So I hope you're with me. Let me know what your boundaries are related to technology, related to your phone use, related to your kids' use of phones, technology, TVs, internet. I would love to hear it. If we bring all of our ideas together, then we have a chance to dissuade some of the intensity that is the behemoth of these tech companies that's always trying to gather our attention, pull our attention, keep us, in this state of essentially circular reward response and not moving forward. All right, Dr. Matt, like, share, subscribe. Can't wait to hear what you guys are doing with technology. Let's do this.